Hey, what's up? This is Unrivaled Skyrim, and I'm going to be showing this Total War Rome 2 battle replay. I was playing as the Galatians, and my opponent, what is that, C.K. Ruger? I'm going to call him Ruger for short. He was playing as the Romans. So let's go ahead and get started. And this was fought on the Battle of Pella map. This is pretty... I've seen this map quite a lot on YouTube. It's got a hill in the middle, more towards my side of the battle. But there you see both of our armies. I got a mixture of sword units, and this is the first time I've ever used the Galatians.
I see nothing in front of us but putrid peasants
Where's
and
my
crusty old mates. I want them dead within the hour. Do you hear? Show no mercy.
Right there.
Give no quarter.
Yeah. Show no mercy. We shall show these Roman dogs no mercy. Yeah, he's playing as the Romans, and this was a quick battle, so you don't really have that much time if the other player decides to ready up. So you get under a minute, and you pick a faction, you pick which troops you want to use, or it already picks for you. And I didn't really have enough time to really understand the army that I was bringing, because I had like 30 seconds pretty much. I was like, what the heck is going on? Never used these guys before. But I got like 3 Galatian legionaries, pretty good sword unit, good armor, not like Oathsworn. I believe they have a spear to throw. I've got some Celtic slingers, not very good missile troop compared to like Rhodian slingers and regular slingers. I got these Celtic skirmishers. I brought these units because I knew that my opponent was going to bring some heavy infantry, so I want them to discharge their missiles and weaken them before I would charge with my own troops. But right here I was using a unit of Galatian riders. They're like Jav Cav, and I was just scouting his forces through these woods. I have a unit of light horse back here, and I basically just wanted to see all his guys, but he was taking shots at my horsemen, so I got him out of there. He's got 2 auxiliary Syrian archers. He's got a unit of Velites and a unit of levies. So I think he just went with the army that that was already chosen for him when he picked as Rome, because he brings these Velites, some auxiliary infantry, and 2 Praetorian Guard, and a unit of Triarii. So just a very unorthodox army right there, but I guess mine would be too. I wasn't quite enthused of the army that I had time to pick, but you know, it's all good. Plus I deploy near the hill, so I'm going to use it to my advantage. So I'm going to have my skirmishers in front, I have my swords in the center, and I do have some cheap units of spears. Like this Levy Freeman is just pretty much a throwaway unit. I think I got another spear unit. Like I think my general's in a spear noble, or Galatian spears. Or no, there's spear noblemen. Yeah, I got these Galatian spears up here. I should have them in the front to prevent any cav charge from my opponent, because he does have, I think 3 units of Praetorian Cav, supported by a Socii Extraordinaire Equite unit. That unit pretty much represents the, when Rome would call upon the allies, because most of their early manipular armies was half Roman citizenry and half drawn from the allies of Rome, from the Italian peninsula. So here's the situation. I still have units of cavalry on each wing hidden. On the left I had a light cav and a Galatian rider or raider, and over here I had 2 units of noble horse hidden. Well, actually this one doesn't stay hidden for that long, even though it's behind a hill, but whatever. But these units I want to activate in time, or unless he brings forward his Praetorians. But over here, I'm going to use my Raider, and I'm going to chase down some of his levies. And I want to give my slingers some time to get over this little hill and start slinging his troops. And he does have his general right here. And I'm going to train my javelin horsemen, and they're going to throw their missiles at the general. I'm going to train all of my slingers on these guys, and this general is going to bite the dust. Let's take a look. Cinematic mode. Oh, his general's done. Yeah. He's busy sleeping with the fishes. But he's bringing forward his infantry. I think he's got him in defensive testudo, or no, like offensive testudo. And that's pretty cool. Yeah, it certainly looks pretty awesome. And that unit will just totally tear up any one of my infantry units, one-on-one. And you saw I was discharging my slingers on them, but it's having no effect. He took 3 casualties there, but it's really not going to do anything. And this unit, I was just having it be a nuisance over here and kind of pelt his cavalry, which are advancing. They're not going to get that many kills, but I just want to, sorry about that, I want to lower their numbers as much as possible. And there they get dangerously close to my slingers. So here I'm going to reform. Kind of don't like this this terrain right here, so I'm going to do a tactical retreat and go back further up the hill. And here he is shooting my raiders with his archers, so they disappear. And right here, since he was slowly advancing his Praetorian cav and his Socii Extraordinaire cav, I went down with this cheap unit of levy freemen, and I activated the cavalry counter tactics, and they're going to do a considerable amount of damage against these cavalry units. And he's even holding up this Praetorian and this Triarii unit. So here I'm going to get a counter charge with my legionnaires. And I guess I don't have a missile discharge, but these guys are just gonna get some mad kills because they charged downhill. I don't think I used frenzy. Should have though. Yeah, I'm gonna pour in more units over here. Yeah, it looks awesome. Doesn't that look awesome? These guys are green and red. Christmas special right here. So his Socii Equite Extraordinary unit is going down. His Praetorian, both of his Praetorian units are hanging in there. His cav got caught on my Levy Freeman unit, which is pretty freaking cheap. I don't even think it's more than 300 denarii. But it held quite a lot. I still had the high ground, and here I took my my light horse and I ran it through this patch of forest, and I got in the back lines of his missiles, and now I charged it into his archers. And I think this is the moment when he realizes that there's a unit of light horse killing off his Syrian archers, so it's pretty good. I had this noble horse activated. He is throwing missiles at it, and I wanted to get a rear charge on this his other Praetorian Guard unit. For some reason, it's like facing the opposite direction. Well, let's take a look at this. The cloaks are pretty awesome. But yeah, now that unit is surrounded. It won't die that easily though, but it is down half depleted. And he is going to focus his fire and his attention on this I don't know how much denarii this is. This unit costs, probably like maybe 400. But what he should be paying attention is his reinforcing his Praetorians, because he's probably losing like 3,000 denarii on these two units, and they are now both wavering. But this unit comes back because it's just not done fighting. Yeah, one-on-one, these Galatian legionaries wouldn't have stood a chance in hell against these Praetorian Guard, but I got downhill charge, and I do have multiple units attacking it. I do have this Galatian nobleman right here to deter any sort of charge that his one remaining Praetorian cav. Yeah, this one. But over here, I'm going to use my remaining cavalry, and I'm going to charge into his Praetorian cav. And I know that in a prolonged melee engagement, and plus I have more numbers, that I can easily take out that Praetorian cav unit. And I made sure to use Frenzy Charge. That will improve their charge, but it will tire them out even more. Plus he does have a unit of, what is it, Filetes, shooting into the backs of that cavalry unit. But the name of the game was to really just hold the hill, pick at him wherever, and have him come into my center and take out his Praetorian units. Because if the tides were turned and he had the hill, excuse me, if he had hit the hill at the beginning, I think it would have been a lot more difficult battle for me, because his Syrian archers would have taken out my skirmishers. But thank God I got the hill at the beginning. Having the high ground really helps you out if you have inferior skirmishers. But here I'm going to use this depleted unit of Levy Freeman to charge into his last remaining Praetorian cavalry unit in the center. He's not even paying attention though, and yeah, I'm gonna use some buffs against it. I use Intimidate, and I think I use War Cry some other place. But now I'm getting the surround, but you see in the bottom right corner, battle's almost over. Thoughts upon this battle, certainly having a hill was a must for the type of army that I had going against those two Praetorian units and his Praetorian cav. That being said, good game to my opponent, and thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and AB, see you guys later.